Hello everyone and welcome back to more Lucid9 Inciting Incident. We are back for more of this game, this visual novel. Yes, because in the last episode we just got started with this brand new story that we just jumped right into, and nothing really much happened. There's just that one incident where it's like the beginning we get the teaser of like a murder. We were witness to a murder. We were actually on the murderer's point of view, but we have no context of it whatsoever other than the fact that they be killing somebody for an art piece. Anyway, so we got that, and then we jumped right into just getting introduced to our protagonists, our group of friends that we are. We are Yama Ishimoto. We're a dude in high school, going through high school things and going through puberty. Okay, that's basically it. We got our group of friends. Like, we got Yahiko, we got the blonde flirty dude who's kind of a little bit of a ditz. We also got our childhood friend who was a year younger than us. Her name is Rui Hayata. And then we have another friend who's like super smart, but he looks like a gangster. He looks like a little punk, but he's actually super smart. He's a class president and shit. And his name was what was his name? Masato? Yeah, that's him. And then we really got to know a couple of other characters that we haven't really interacted all that much yet. We got the teacher, we got our counselor, Mr. Ryota. I think that was his name. And we also got the what's it called? The valedictorian school poster child, who is Elizabeth, who is like the smarty pants, the stuck up smarty pants. But we haven't really talked much about her. All we know is the fact is that she kind of just hates our guts. That's it. And we last left off by doing all these mundane high schooler things. Just going doing club. Recruiting for club activities, going out to eat with your friends. And then we left off with, of course, Yama in a dilemma with trying to like let our childhood friend down, Ruri, because we had an inkling, we had a feeling that she got feels for us, like she has a crush on us. And he's like, oh snap, this is gonna be really awkward if we start dating and getting into a relationship. I gotta let her down somehow. I gotta let her down gently. So he tried to do that, but he ended up hurting her in a way. She ended up revealing some sort of like inner deep secret that we have no idea about our character, about replacing her, quote quote. We don't know who her is, but it seems like a very traumatic experience for us. But nothing more was touched on that. She left feeling really down, but then we couldn't go through with pushing her away completely. So we're like, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, instead of saying something vague like, oh yeah, maybe, or no, we're not gonna see each other. Anyway, yeah, so we went to sleep that night after watching that that really weird cringy like anime show that Yahiko made, which is Governmecker. And then yeah, we went to sleep. We studied a bit, we went to sleep. That's it. And it's the morning. Now it's the next day, and I'm pretty sure, as I said, I think we're late because he doesn't understand why it's so bright outside. So why is it so bright outside? Let's continue. Yes. Why is it already 8:30? Yes, you're late. I leaped to my feet, scrambling to pull my clothes on and tear out the door. Uh-huh. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm not even a good student. In fact, I'm pretty much every teacher's nightmare. Yes, we are. We just have a lot of guts. We're just a bit of a smart ass. That's it. Being in a rush to get to school isn't like me. Maybe it's because there's a difference between choosing to ditch and ditching by accident. One is your conscious decision, and the other is not. Yeah. Ooh, wow. That's so smart of you. Highly descriptive, I know. I'm told that my essays are a joy to read. When you struggle to fill out that 500-word quota. Yes. By the time I actually enter the classroom, it's already 8:42. Whatever. The teacher glances at me from his periphery, but surprisingly enough, he doesn't try to humiliate me. In fact, he doesn't make a single comment. It's as if I wasn't late at all. Elizabeth, on the other hand, is wearing a prominent glare as I slip into my seat. Yes. She keeps her mouth shut, but her face radiates with disapproval. Of course, that's like her permanent, like, resting bitch face. Yahiko nudges my foot and gestures frantically. Dude, what? His voice spits out in a hurried whisper. I lean over to hear what he has to say. What? Yeah, what? Of all days to be late, you had to choose today? Why? What? Was there a pop quiz? There was a pop quiz? Oh my god, girl, don't do that. I'll take that as a no. Dude, I'm talking about that cutie over there. You missed her intro earlier. You missed her intro earlier. Oh, we got a new student. He gestures vaguely to the back of the classroom. I sneak a peek when I'm sure that the teacher isn't looking. Oh yay, new student. Yes. I find a girl sitting by the window, her head delicately turned against slender fingers as she examines something in the distance. In ordinary circumstances, I might have thought her to be gorgeous. After all, she matches the ideal of traditional beauty to a T. Silky hair, porcelain skin, delicate lips, the whole 9 yards. Yes, and no crazy purple hair like Elizabeth. But instead, I only find myself thinking, what the hell? Really? Why? Where? Why? Promptly followed by, who, what, when, where, why, how? Oh, do we know her, maybe? Perhaps? Very intelligible, I know, but how am I supposed to react when an old friend whom I haven't seen in ages just randomly walks back into my life? Oh, there we go. Is this the her that Ruri was talking about? Is it our ex? No, just old. He said old friend. It's not ex-girlfriend. Not only that, but as a transfer student to my school on the very last year I happened to be there. Yes, her eyes snapped to mine, but before I can see her reaction, I quickly whip back to the front of the classroom. Okay, so maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe it's not really her. There's no way it can be her, right? Nah. I reluctantly tune my hearing back to the teacher, who seems to be in a very enthusiastic rant about technology. Surprise, surprise. This generation is wasting away from being glued to dead pixels every waking moment. Hey now. Today I'm not having any of these newfangled contraptions. We're returning to trusty pen and paper. Ooh. And the projector, the ones where you gotta project the light and rotate the clear, sheets of paper and stuff. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that's how we do it back in my days. As the class erupts into groans, he scribbles 3 words on the board with his stylus. Your dream job. What? Okay. They just won't give us a break, will they? No. Furthermore, the teacher's deactivated our tablets and is currently handing out sheets of lined paper. Handwriting? Really? Oh my god, so primitive. As Yahiko passes the stack of paper to me, he leans close. So, what do you think? I think I'm tired of writing about my non-existent future. What the fuck? This guy is too real. This guy's too mood. Huh? I was talking about the new girl. Oh right, the new girl. Was her name Misaki Kazehaya by any chance? Oh, how did you know? Yes. Oh, you're right. So it really is her. Yep. I never thought I would see her again, much less in my own classroom. Yeah. Oh, I know. You must have some sort of psychic ability. Nope. What? I mean, how else could you have known her name? Can you read her mind too? What did she think of me? Oh my gosh. How he came to that conclusion is beyond me. Nevertheless, this seems like an excellent opportunity to screw with him. It'd be a shame not to. I press my fingers to my temples, pretending to tune into Misaki's thoughts. Oh, I see. What? She has a huge crush on you. Really? but... Yahiko shakes his leg impatiently as I pause. Can you stop thinking for a second? I keep getting interference. Oh, huh? Oh, sorry. He scrunches his face in concentration. Now you're thinking I'm not thinking. Whoa, you really can read minds. Oh my... You doubt my abilities? No, I'm getting something. Yahiko clamps his mouth shut. I rub my temples, mumbling under my breath. It seems she has a crush on you, but... She doesn't think you have the courage to talk to her. Yahiko puffs out his chest as if he were presented with a challenge. As if anything can deter the great Yahiko Ikari from approaching such a beauty. Oh no. Yahiko, this is a writing prompt, not a discussion prompt. Focus on your own assignment. Right, sorry, Teach. He immediately regains his composure and starts scribbling messily on his composition paper. That was oddly quick. Okay. I take a quick glance around. My classmates are hunched over their desks, some writing furiously, some staring awkwardly into space. The most avid one is Elizabeth, who's already on a second page, lips moving furtively as her arm blurs down her paper. Oh my gosh. I'm not surprised. She retains this naive belief that she can actually control her future. I can't wait for life to prove her wrong. Oh my god. Alright. Misaki, on the other hand, has completely thrown away any pretense of studiousness, choosing to text under the desk with one hand while simultaneously pretending to write with the other. Wow, got a rebellious one here. That's pretty impressive, actually. I take a quick pinch on the arm to check my state of consciousness. Not dreaming, apparently. It's Misaki Kazehaya in the flesh. 5 minutes. Right, the assignment. What did the teacher say? Dream job? Write one page? I stare at the prompt on the screen as if it'll provide an answer. Meh, I don't want to deal with this. I definitely set my pencil to paper and scribble my response. 1 page. Oh my god. This guy. As morning classes slug on, I feel a very prominent gaze burning into the back of my head. I refuse to turn around, trying to piece together my thoughts. Should I approach her or not? I don't know. When the bell rings, Yahiko immediately tugs on my sleeve, his face shining. Dude, I'm gonna go talk to her. Oh my, who? The new girl, of course. She must be the shy princess type, waiting for her Prince Charming to sweep her off her feet. Who better than me to make her dream come true? Wow, I think you mean nightmare. Well, good luck with that. Yes, you're not coming? No, why would I? Surely Yahiko Ikari wouldn't be suggesting that he needs help from me. No. To learn, of course. Oh my god, I worry for you, man. You may end up a spinster your whole life. Hey now, you haven't snagged a single date in all the time I've known you. Well, neither have you, but I won't mention that. Shit. That's true. Oh, or the fact that spinsters are exclusively female. So, are you coming? I am, I guess. At the very least, this will be the chance for me to see what kind of person she's become. Okay. Yahiko swaggers over to the side of Misaki's desk, expertly raising a single eyebrow as he flips his hair out of his face. Why, hello there. You gotta give the hand on the shoulder and be like, hey. I brace myself for a slap or a headlock in response. But Misaki only tilts her head quietly to the side, regarding him with a single arched brow. Can I help you? This appears to fluster Yahiko for a moment. Thankfully, he's not the school's best Casanova for nothing, which honestly really tells you something about the quality of our Casanovas. We're so savage. We're just spewing so much tea and so much shade in the morning. Actually, yes. Do you have a map? Because I'm lost in your eyes. Before he can even finish this sentence, Misaki's fingers whip around her phone with ease of long practice. In 3 seconds flat, she's pulled the campus map onto her screen and shoved it in front of his face. Here, where in particular are you looking for? Oh, nice. Wait. Oh, are you also a transfer student? What? That certainly would make much more sense. I was just thinking, it's a little strange that a student would be asking me for directions since I just transferred here. But I should have realized you must feel the instant connection of a fellow transfer student. When did you come here? Wait, this is a big misunderstanding. I'm trying to hit on you. Oh, I see. 7 out of 10. Huh? I rated your approach. You didn't even introduce yourself. Yeah. You're right, how careless of me. I am the one and only Yahiko Ikari. Surely you've heard of me. I highly doubt that. You wouldn't by any chance happen to be the Yahiko Ikari from Governmecker? What the fuck? The president's aide? That Yahiko Ikari? Wait, she watches that shit? Yahiko's chest practically doubles in size. Wait, what? I know, I'm so confused. Indeed I am. Are you by any chance a fan? The biggest. I really enjoy the political satire, and the music is just amazing. Have we been watching the same show? Did you know that our patter tag is one of the top trending? Patter tag. The Asamu Times has listed us as a viral phenomenon. Viral for what reasons? Well, that must be a different story. Congrats. I was sure that it would become a big hit. But of course, even the stars themselves are no match for Nikari. Or the moon. Oh yeah, guess what my next dream is? Is it to build a vacation home on the moon? Yes. A vacation home? Oh my god, I wonder what would happen if you jumped on a trampoline while on the moon. How high could you go? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to test it. Yahiko and Misaki are new besties apparently, which is nothing short of absolutely terrifying. Meanwhile, I'm being completely ignored. Maybe she doesn't recognize me. Oh, hey, Mickey. She tilts her head in my direction, eyes bright. Hi, do I know you? Oh, whoa, wait, what? What? She doesn't remember. Come to think of it, she hadn't spared me a single word or even a glance. She doesn't... How could she not? Oh, it's Yama Ishimoto. He's my minion. Maybe she got into an accident. I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Childhood friend, 4 years back, you, me, and Ruri, we all hung out together. What? Yeah. Total blankness, she's honestly forgot. Words start pouring out of my mouth as I frantically search for something to get a reaction out of her. We all lived in Seto, a small town, 3 hours drive away. Yes? No? I'm sorry, I don't think... Oh, we all played together. We were inseparable. We met at that festival, the one with the lanterns. Misaki's expression gradually turns from polite to more and more skeptical. Of all ways I imagined we'd reunite, this was definitely not at the top of the list. Do you really not remember? I'm really very sorry. This can't be it. Ruri and I bawled our eyes after she left. Ruri and I bawled our eyes out after she left. We hovered by the phone for hours, waiting for a single call. When nothing came, we even resorted to hovering by the mailbox, even in the vain hopes that we'd receive some snail mail. Is she saying that during that time, that 1 month, which turned into 6, which turned into 1 year, which turned into 4 years, she'd just forgotten about us? Maybe she got into an accident. That's what I'm saying, boy. Like, she got into an accident, she lost her memories, and now she's just a whole new person who doesn't remember you. How could that be possible? Unless... By any chance, you haven't gone into a tragic car accident and ended up with amnesia, have you? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why you haven't called, not in 4 years. She backs away slowly, eyeing me like I'm an insane psychopath. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. I wore a kimono. You really don't remember? She stops at that, a flash of recognition catching her eyes. Got her. Oh, I wore a goodbye kitty. Oh shit, no, I didn't want that. Yeah, I wore a goodbye kitty kimono and ran around calling you a tooth fairy. A goodbye kitty. Not Hello Kitty, but goodbye, her cousin. No, yes, you did? On second thought, I really should have talked to her with no one else in the classroom. I was a kid, but you wore a kimono and called it a tooth fairy? Well, yeah, but... About time you admitted it, Yama. I'm struck speechless as the situation begins to dawn on me. You know who I am? Well, you know you. How could I not? It's only been 4 years. Wow, she played us. She played us. Then you were faking it, of course. Why were you pretending not to notice me earlier? I knew you recognized me. Well, it's not every day you see an old friend who just decided to disappear one day, right? She stops at that, a flicker of irritation crossing her eyes at my cutting tone. It's not like I wanted to leave Seto, Yama. So why did you? Well, I had to move, yeah. My mother didn't leave me with much of a choice. You mean Satomi? She nods. You could have at least told us you were moving. I couldn't. Why? I wait for an elaboration, but it never comes. Oh, that's it? You just couldn't tell us. Why not? Do you mind if we talk about it later, Yama? I'm not very comfortable discussing it in class. Right. I open my mouth to object, but something about Misaki's expression prevents me from pursuing the issue further. She genuinely seems distraught. Oh, okay. Wait. Yama wore a goodbye kitty kimono and called Misaki the tooth fairy? Yes. Luckily, Yahiko manages to change the subject and decide to play along for the time being. I was a little kid, dang it. I hear excuses. All excuses. It's not an excuse. There's a legitimate explanation. I somehow fell and got my yukata dirty, and it was at the festival, and we weren't very close to home, and Miki had an extra kimono. A goodbye kitty kimono. Yes. Bah, yes. Somehow having Yahiko mock me just makes the entire thing 10 times worse. I cast a half-pleading, half-indignant glare at Misaki, who only shrugs in response. It isn't my fault you enjoy cross-dressing. I don't. If only I had patter at the time, I would have taken a photo. Patter, Twitter. Wait, so what's this patter you keep mentioning? Oh wow, judging by the reactions I'm getting, I've just committed a huge faux pas. You don't know what patter is? Where have you been? Where have you been living your whole life? Under a rock? Well, technically that's what my name would imply. Oh, I guess that's a translation of his name? What, is it like the Secret Service database or something? Far more important, it's the most popular social networking website in today's society. I really question your priorities. Hey now, through Patter, you share posts with 90 characters or less. Hey now, I think that's they changed it, they upgraded it. It allows you to spread important news, demonstrate your support, provide instant feedback to questions, or just blog about your day. Government got big because of Patter, yes. As for me, I like to give updates on the progress of my day. Okay, fine, but does anybody actually care? A sudden deathly chill pervades the room. Excuse me, tell that to my 2,000 followers. My second major faux pas of the day, apparently. People care. Are you sure? Because the way I see it, tapping 2 buttons doesn't exactly make you... They care, damn it. Don't say nothing different till you pat yourself. Don't say nothing? Intense Misaki? Wait, what? But the conversation grinds to a halt when Misaki's phone trills in her hand. She immediately regains her composure. Oh, sorry. Kazehaya speaking. Yes, understood. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Okay. She cuts the call and shoves her phone into her pocket, looking me square in the eye. Uh-huh, what? What's up? I must go. Duty calls. Okay, duty? What kind of duty? My employer has a job for me. What employer? Job now? What about school? Oh, I'm sure they'll excuse this one. Let's talk again later, Yama. Oh, and make sure to bring Rui, okay? Goodbye. Okay. I'm having my suspicions, like, ever since I kind of jumped into this game, even though everything is so casual and so mundane and new high school life is just like, okay, you're hella shady. Okay, why are you saying that? Okay, I'm just like trying to like guess already who might be the killer. Like, I swear it's somebody among us. Watch. And like a tornado stalking its next target, she blazes out of the room. I'm left completely dumbfounded with a Yahiko who's dancing around the room like he just won his mansion on the moon. I have a fan! I have an actual fan! A real fan, yes. I wonder how long it will be before I can pledge her to my service as my first true minion? What? Why are you so adamant on making people your minion? I wordlessly leave him in his fantasy of world domination and head to the cafeteria. It's more out of routine than actually feeling hungry. The shock of running into an old friend after 4 years might have something to do with that, yeah. Maybe I should be angrier at Misaki, but at the same time, who knows what had happened with her and her mother? She seemed pretty uncomfortable talking about it. At least she's here now. I guess that's all that matters. If Misaki wants to tell me, she will on her own time. Yeah, we gotta talk to Rui, though. The cafeteria is broad and beautiful, boasting polished surfaces of tidy, well-lit spaces. Modern furniture settles well on the brushed mahogany floor. Students in pristine uniforms travel to and fro, scooping food from the extensive buffet counters around the perimeter of the cafeteria and returning to their friends. There's Rui! I spot Rui in the back of the corner of the cafeteria, staring up at the skylight with a thoughtful tilt to her head. Actually, this would be a perfect time to tell her about Misaki. Rui would be thrilled to see her again. Hey, Rui. Yeah. She jumps slightly at the sudden sound, and only then do I remember that I'm supposed to be apologizing for being dramatic yesterday. Yes! Except, I've never been great at apologizing, or even good, or actually even mildly passable. Say, how are you? I'm doing okay. How was class? It was okay, I guess. I was late. Oh, okay. We shuffle for a moment, and I finally clear my throat. About yesterday. It's okay, Yama. I know that seeing the bus must have brought up some memories. You were just lashing out. But I shouldn't have. No, I guess not. So next time something like that happens, I reserve the right to slap you silly. And just like that, everything is right between us. What have I done to deserve a friend like this? Thanks. Yeah. But buy me lunch. Yeah. What? Aw, come on, it's only fair. Yeah. If I go into debt, I blame you for constantly mooching off of me. Are you even going to pay for your own food? Are you ever going to pay for your own food? Probably not. But you can't count those grocery trips. Because I ended up cooking everything for you. Right? And yourself. Labor taxes. Let's go already, I'm hungry. But just as she reaches forward and pulls my arm to her side, we hear a very familiar voice from behind us. Well, what have we here? What? Oh, who's this? Oh, it's my favorite person, Mr. Ryota. We jerk around in synchronization and promptly come face to face with Mr. Ryota. Rui quickly squeaks and jumps away, suddenly bashful. Oh, hi, Mr. Ryota. Look at you two, the adorable childhood friends, finally getting together after years of unneeded drama. Bah, I feel sick. What is this, some crappy anime? What? We're not together. Yeah. I wouldn't go out with Yama in a million years. It's actually really adorable. I struggle to maintain a straight face. I know, I'm just too good for you. She snaps back into the Rui that the rest of the academy knows her as, witty, confident, and a touch malicious. She opens her mouth, no doubt to smite me with some comeback or another, but Mr. Ryota breaks us up. Well, if I don't end up barfing my guts out, you guys will have the most adorable wedding in all of history. Uh, and there goes Rui. How can you say something like that, Mr. Ryota? You're a teacher. You should know better. Oh, come on. You two will look back on this day. Mark my words. With a cheerful wave, he splits to the faculty express line. Those words sound fairly ominous. I can already imagine all the embarrassing stories he'll liberally share with the other wedding guests. We'd probably have so many people rolling in the aisle from laughter that Rui wouldn't even be able to walk properly. What the heck am I even thinking about? Wedding? Rui? Exactly. What are you going on about, man? Mr. Ryota is being his usual self, I see. Yep. Now he's got me thinking about, nope, not going there. Maybe now would be a good time to switch topic. Oh right, I even have the perfect material. Yeah. Hey Rui, you're not gonna believe this, but I saw Mickey today. Rui's face cuts to complete blankness in the space of a millisecond. It is really shocking news. Maybe I should have eased it a bit. She ended up transferring to this school, and we coincidentally wound up in the same class. Dead silence. I finally start to feel a prickle of apprehension. We can hang out together. We can hang out together again. We can... Did you talk to her? Oh, what? Of course, it's Mickey. Ah, she's jealous. She's like, they had a low-key rivalry over me. Rui, what's wrong? Aren't you happy? Well, no, I'm not. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, she has nothing to do with either of us anymore. Don't you remember? We were kids who held a stupid grudge for something beyond her control. Come on, we're older than that now. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and are we? Yes. She didn't really apologize, did she? Well, I pause for a moment. Rui's expression immediately darkens. I see that she didn't, and I know why. Because she wasn't there to see you fall apart. Oh, okay, so that's what it is about. I don't think you remember, Yama, but you were in a really bad place after she left. Even to the point where, oh, okay. But that wasn't because of Misaki, yeah. Yeah, but she triggered the whole thing. Oh, it's just, when I think about it, I get mad at her, really mad. So it's probably best for both her and me if she stays away. Oh, so you're not gonna be friends again? The thought is so baffling that I can't help stutter. In my mind, we'd always been a package deal. Me, Rui, and Misaki. It was either all or nothing. You're your own person, so you should hang out with whoever you want. But I can't be buddy-buddy with Misaki until she realizes what she's done. I never thought Rui, of all people, would be irrational. How bad had I been, exactly? I'd never seen Rui so upset, at least not in a really long time. Sorry to be a downer. Why don't we just grab some lunch? How about you go on ahead? I need to talk to Mr. Ryota. Okay. Okay, so maybe we lost our mom in an accident. Yeah, like a car accident. That's what the whole bus trauma thing was about, and maybe like Misaki, who was friends with us for a long time, up and left without reason. So that's like that's like an indirect trigger of like our abandonment issue. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just throwing shit out there now. Anyways, whatever. So surprisingly, she doesn't ask me any more questions. She heads to the lunch line without a word. Maybe she also feels rotten inside, like something has been lost forever. I shake these thoughts and immediately locate Mr. Ryota, who's just popped out of the faculty line and, conveniently enough, is heading in my direction. He watches our separation with an eyebrow raised to his hairline. Oh, are the newlyweds already running into trouble? Hey now, I ignore this. Good timing, Mr. Ryota. I wanted to ask you something. The question is whether to officially ask Rui out. The answer is yes. Stop. What? No, that's not the question. Aw, really? That's a bit boring. Rui and I aren't... You know what? Never mind. I was wondering what it means when you see someone you haven't seen in forever who you thought disappeared off the planet. It means exactly what you just said. Your life actually is a crappy anime. I never said that. Oh, you didn't? Mr. Ryota. Sorry, can't help it. Now, who's this person you haven't seen in forever? She just transferred into my class this morning. Rui, her, and me, we were really close when we were little, back in our hometown Seto. Oh, transfer student, childhood friend. Don't even think about it. He's just like, oh my god, all the tropes are aligning. Too late. My life is not a crappy anime. It's not. You're right, it's a really crappy anime. Well, so what's the problem? Well, I talked with her, and I think we'll be friends again, but Rui is jealous? What? No, what is this, junior high? Sorry, I'll shut up. Yeah. See, when Misaki, that's the transfer student, left, she accidentally triggered a giant depressive state that basically left me in the dumps for a year. Oh, yes. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. Rui claims it was bad. Ah. Yama, when can you come to my office today? Yeah, this is a little bit serious. We gotta go do like a proper session. I want to listen properly to you, and the cafeteria is not exactly an ideal environment, right? Well, I guess that Mr. Yoda got hired into this job for an actual reason. Exactly. Oh my god, be nice. Okay, I guess I'll drop by after school. Or during, really. Either way works. Okay, now off to lunch, you. Yeah, off to lunch, you. Gotta eat before the bell rings. Yeah, young, growing boys need all the nutrition they can get. He can't sound like the wise, all-knowing teacher when he just implied it was fine for me to ditch school. See you later, Mrs. Uroda. Yeah. He only responds with a casual wave before he saunters over to the nearest table, chatting easily with a group of students. Okay. Alrighty, I snag a plate of food and search for Ruri, but she's nowhere in sight. Guess that conversation took a little longer than I originally intended. I quickly scarfed my food down and returned to the classroom. Okay. Alright, class, let's take secondary roll before we head to the courtyard. Why are we going to the courtyard? What? We have more PE? The teacher's halfway through rolling her eyes before she catches herself. I guess it's not a good example to roll your eyes in front of your students. No, Yahiko, today's a career day. Today's career day, as has been announced over the PA for the past 3 days. Oh. Afternoon classes are cancelled so that third years may explore possible future occupations with specialists. Oh, wow, okay. Ooh, oh, right, yes. Questions of the future, writing prompt about our dream job, now career day. I think I'm sensing a pattern here. I know, right? They're just trying to shove this down our throat. We're already running a little late, so let's make this quick. Anyone missing? Nope. Okay. That prompts us to glance around. I think he's right, ma'am. Everyone's here. Everyone except Misaki, who apparently is at her job. Time to do some not so subtle recon. Yes. Teacher, where's that girl? The one sitting by the window. The teacher waves her hand dismissively. Special circumstances. Anyone else? Oh wow. Despite myself, I feel a prick of curiosity. Special circumstances? What kind of circumstances would warrant such an offhand dismissal from the teacher? I thought most teachers loathed making exceptions for mandatory events. Just what could Misaki's job be, right? As the teacher continues to survey the classroom, I feel a nudge against my arm. I'm surprised you brought it up. What? Usually you wouldn't say anything even if you noticed. You would have thought it too much trouble. Her words are remarkably neutral. It's awkward. It feels like a trap. I think you should stop pretending like you actually know me, or that you have a brain. Oh, you're insufferable. She storms to the back of the room in a huff. I'm insufferable. She's done far, far worse, and she's still judging me? What a hypocrite. Alright, it looks like everyone else is here. To the courtyard, destiny awaits. Oh gosh. There are more than a few rolled eyes, but everyone obediently files out of the classroom. Okay. I mean... Our class pours into the courtyard, which currently resembles a crowded street market. Columns of booths are set in orderly lines, each attempting to outshine the others, with progressively more outrageous signage and progressively louder music. Oh, I wonder if they've got a booth for my future job? Come to think of it, in all the 203 times that he's talked about his dream, he's never once mentioned his future job, just all the things he'll own. Oh, and what might that be? Isn't it obvious, with my stunning looks and all, an actor? So, a trash can? Fancy trash can. Is that even a job? Of course it's a job. Oh, well, no, I want to be a model. Okay, that's ridiculous. Oh, wait, it's not as silly as it seems, yeah. I mean, seeing how he just believed that being a trash can was a profession, he can't have a job that requires him to think. Oh my god! Stop! He also can't have a job that requires social interaction. He'd just repel people instead of attracting them. Those are his two biggest flaws, and modeling doesn't need either. As for his looks, I hate to admit it, but he's not so bad looking. He'd probably be able to land himself a girlfriend if he could just keep quiet. It almost sounds like a serious plan. Yahiko, my friend, I'm glad you finally realized the cruel truth. What are you talking about? I'm just saying that it's a good idea, especially coming from you. Isn't it? Once I become famous, the entire world will be able to witness my magnificence. I'll be on TV, the internet, advertising, blimps, basically everywhere. On second thought, maybe it's a terrible idea. Well, if you don't mind me, I'm off to meet my destiny. Okay. And with that, he skips off into the crowd, leaving me awkwardly leaning against the wall like some kind of delinquent. I'm not really sure what to do. I'll be wasting my time if I look around, but I'll be wasting my time if I stay here. What a conundrum. You there! What? I turn to the source of the voice, a man in a medical coat, standing in front of the booth boasting the holographic sign, Way Forward Pharmaceuticals Hospital Division. Oh. Hunch, I'm guessing he's a doctor. Are you interested in becoming a doctor? No. Bodies? Open wounds? Yeah, no. I can't do that either. Sorry, I don't think I could deal with the pressure of being a doctor. Yeah. If that's what you're worried about, then don't worry. I'm a heart surgeon, and I get an entire team of people helping me during the operations. That's even more pressure. Well, if I have people helping me... Okay. Scalpel, please. He's just imagining it. Nah. What do you mean, nah? I thought I was supposed to do all the cutting this time. What? That doesn't matter. It sure does. I see what's going on here, man. You want to take all the credit. Well, guess what? That ain't happening. What are you talking about? I'm the doctor here. Doctor, the patient is in critical condition. If you don't act fast, he's going to die. The patient is dying. Dang it. Give me the scalpel. Whoa there. Don't be getting your scrubs in a bunch. Doctor, the patient is dead. See? Look what you did. Look at what I... Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think being a doctor is right for me. Are you sure? We've got a great internship program. No. I'm good. Thanks, though. Another nearby booth catches my eye. A multicolored sign claims that it's from the National Education Institute. Behind the booth table, a tall woman in glasses is speaking animatedly to a small group of students. Don't you feel that we have the duty to equip the next generation? In this society, knowledge is power, and we need to ensure that our successors have the power to move forward. Yes, my job is the best and the most beneficial, and there are no downsides whatsoever. Yeah, been there, heard that. Don't your students annoy you or tire you out? Well, I've had some ups and downs in my career, of course. The more difficult students may be perplexing at first, but when you persevere, you always end up getting those students back on the right path. Wow, is that so? Okay, me as a teacher. Teach? What's 5 plus 7? This is high school, Mr. Ikari, not primary school. You should have mastered addition by now. But teach... Excuse me, Mr. Kuragane, smoking is not permitted on campus. Hand those over. You ain't the boss of me, kid. Oh, kid, I'm your teacher. You're shorter than me, kid, and that makes you a kid. Oh my God. Alright, that's it. You're staying after class. You've got detention to serve. Says who? Says you? You couldn't even take on a diseased chicken with one claw tied to its tail. Why can't you be that eloquent? Why can't you be that eloquent on your essays? Teacher, what's wrong? What? What's wrong? Are you crying again? What for? Oh, you're angry at me. I'm sorry. I'm so terrible. I can't. Hey, don't cry. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't have the patience. Yeah, I don't think I have enough patience to deal with students. I meandered down the row of booths, apathetically peering at any that seemed mildly entertaining. One man with a remarkably bushy mustache raises his fist in the air, yelling at the top of his lungs. Do you love Japan? Join the Japanese Self-Defense Force today. Oh wow, I thought those kinds of die-hard patriots only existed on TV. Any man who's able to follow orders can be seen as the hero of Japan. If you're still alive. Oh my gosh. Grenade! Ah, cover it, soldier. What? But you could just run away. Jump on that grenade or you'll have your court marshaled for insubordination. But I'll die. All the better. Hop to it. Oh no. Yeah, not happening. I turn away from the booth. Everything I see is equally unpromising. Do you have a knack for cooking? Why not apply to Lion Culinary School? Gather here, engineers, mathematicians, fellow countrymen. The biggest digital corporation in the world, Lemniscate, has positions open for you. Have you always wanted to help the hurting? Join us at the Cumulus Therapy Center and transform the world, one life at a time. A quick glance in the other direction reveals that I seem to be the only one having trouble. I find Elizabeth in deep conversation with a police officer just a few feet away. Wouldn't have thought her to be the type. Maybe she's sucking up to them, so they'll let her off for corporate fraud. Oh my god. Man, I can't really judge her. At least she found something that she's interested in. Me, on the other hand, well, I have nothing. What's up? Can't find your life's calling? What? I turned to the source of the voice, a scraggly man slumped against a rickety folding chair. A worn beanie plopped on his head and a threadbare trench coat thrown over his shoulders. There's no sign on his booth. Is hobo a legitimate career? Oh my god. Ha! Youngsters these days, you hold your future in your own hands and you don't even know what to do with it. You're lucky, you know. There was a time when people didn't have the luxury of choosing their career. Upon second glance, I noticed that there are several rolling racks of books settled in the back of the booth. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to their genre. Science fiction, mystery, fantasy, young adult. Are you a writer? Jokes, but they're all under the same name. Are you a writer? Oh, I was right. He smiles when I ask him this. Heh, what? Surprise? Who do you think I was? An adventurer? Globetrotter? A homeless guy, actually. He throws back his head and laughs. You've got life. I can't wait to read your stories. Somehow, I don't think that being a writer would fit me. Alright. Oh, somebody help me. Whatever shall I do? Fear not, generic damsel in distress. I'm the hero. I lost the previous battle, so this is the heroic rematch that I'm guaranteed to win. Oh, how fortunate. After you win this final battle, I shall bestow you with an obligatory smoocher victory. Hey, you can't just ignore the villain. I got your girl, Yama. Oh, spare us with your evil gloating. It'll only lead to your downfall. But I gots to. I gots to. Give a motor rant so that we understand your identity. Give a motor rant so that we understand your identity as a tragic villain. Nah, I'll just put that as a footnote. Okay, I tire of this needless banter. I've actually written the princess's backstory so that she's a badass in distress. What? But you didn't even foreshadow that. Too bad, I need to move the plot forward. Hiya! No! Me writing too. Yeah, I don't think I can come up with original material. That's why you just rip off real life, you know? Oh. Thanks, but no thanks. He shrugs apathetically as I walk away. Okay. A nearby small group of students catches my eye. They're gathered in front of a man in a long, sweeping lab coat. Although his voice is placid, there lies an undercurrent of power in every word he says. Okay. Life is a fragile thing, okay? There's an unspeakable number of ways for the human body to fail, and even more for it to be broken. This sounds okay. Death was accepted as an inevitable part of life, a natural sign in the cycle of this world. But it doesn't have to be that way. The man in the lab coat straightens as the students break into hurried whispers. Through research, we can create medicine that fights diseases and treats disorders, extending our lives exponentially and maybe indefinitely. Ah, so he's a medical researcher. He fixes his gaze on each individual in the crowd, not in a hostile manner, but certainly in an unnerving one. A day may come when we can defy death. Oh god, his eyes land on me. The intelligent arc of his brow and the commanding line of his jaw shift slightly as he examines me. I feel frozen beneath his piercing gaze. It isn't exactly uncomfortable, just strange. Eventually he turns away, adjusting the golden glasses that are settled on the bridge of his nose. They're not exactly gold, they're like black. If you seek to make a lasting influence on the world, join us at Way Forward Pharmaceuticals in the research division. Together we can accomplish the impossible and prevent the inevitable. The crowd of students breaks into applause, their faces agape in wonder. I can only scoff. No one can defy death. Anyone who thinks otherwise is just delusional. Right, as I turn away from the Way Forward booth, the PA hums to life. Attention students, Mayor Inori will be speaking at the center stage in 5 minutes. Oh wow, the mayor is here. Gush. Oh gosh. The students around me gasp audibly, breaking into frantic whispers. Mayor Inori, here in person, right? Our school's important, you know. Why wouldn't he come? Come on, let's get a good spot. Okay. I follow the massive throng of students gathering around the courtyard center stage. Oh, there he is! Sure enough, Masaru Inori, the ever-popular mayor of Isamu, is in the flesh. He gives the students a cordial wave from behind an impenetrable line of security guards. Wow, you know, back in my day, when dinosaurs roamed the earth! This extracts a laugh from the crowd. We always ditch career day. We'd pop over to GFC, you should have seen it before it was renovated, and stuff ourselves on wings. They were only double S's at the time. Shows you how far we've come as a society, eh? Eh? The crowd chuckles again. Among them, I catch the distinct tint of Elizabeth's giggle. As usual, she's eagerly jotting notes on her phone, hanging onto the mayor's every word. The brunette girl who's always around Elizabeth is also next to her. Surprisingly, she seems equally engrossed in the speech. And yes, I hated career day, though it was a waste of time. Thought that they were restraining me at a time when all I wanted to do was explore myself, who I was, who I wanted to be. But later I realized that I was thinking about career day in a completely wrong way. It wasn't about deciding my future, it was about exploring possibilities. He allows a moment of thoughtful silence before he continues. The truth is, you'll probably change careers multiple times in your life. In fact, the average number of job changes is estimated to be 15 times. Wow, look at him spit some knowledge! You could be in med school all your life, but have the experience in construction, woodworking, design, architecture, statistics, engineering, maybe even ostrich babysitting or bicycle fishing. Elizabeth smiles into her hand as the students laugh like a perfectly timed track. But as vast as the future is, you know what you don't want to do. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to go. You don't want to go each day full of insecurities, doubts, fears. You don't want to be lied to or backstabbed or treated like a fake. I won't lie to you. It's a nasty world out there. Yeah, so nasty. But I think that we can all agree that regardless of who we are or when or where we're from, we each have an important part to play in the safety of this country. So go on, explore. You guys are bright. And hey, you guys are in a better spot than I was. I thought I'd like nothing more than to become an anthropologist. Not that even I knew what that meant at the time. It just sounded cool. His parting sentence elicits another laugh as he steps off the stage, offering a final wave. The students erupt into cheers in response. I quickly shuffle away from the crowd before the noise overwhelms me. I don't want to be like this guy. Heck, I don't want to like any politician, but he seems to be less evil than the others I've seen. Yeah. Furthermore, he made a good speech. He came across intelligent but genuine. Two major opposites of politics. Yeah. Maybe I'll vote. Maybe I'll vote in his re-election. Maybe. Hello, stranger. Oh. Oh, Yama. What? Mickey. Flare. What the hell are you doing here in a kimono? Hey, Mickey. I abruptly stop in my tracks, finally taking in what she's wearing. Well, you're dressed up. Which is putting it lightly. She's draped in a silken kimono that ripples around her like water. That ripples around her figure like water. Her hair inset with a minimalistic ribbon and crystal pin. She could own the red carpet or a throne even with that outfit. Pretty, my mind supplies unhelpfully. I quickly grind that part of my mind to dust. That's all you have to say? Well, what were you expecting? Poetry? Oh, dearest, you liken yourself to starlight, with eyes like the moon and a mouth like the purest golden flame the sun's error did see. She promptly slaps me on the back. Very funny Shakespeare, too. Although I am impressed, your recitation was pretty decent. I feel like she's insulting me, but she genuinely seems shocked. So what brings you here? Do you want to become a model? What? Oh, no need to be embarrassed. Male models are hardly anything new. However, they do tend to be physically fit. Do you happen to have a six-pack? I'll pretend I heard none of that. What makes you think I would ever want to be a model? You're standing by my company's booth. We are a modeling company. Oh, you model! Okay, less shady. That's less shady. Alright. Surprised, I cast a quick glance behind her. Sure enough, a large banner reads, Lotus Modeling, above a tent with striking photo spreads. Hence the kimono, I assume. Yeah, you assume correctly. So where's Rui? I haven't seen her all day. That awkward moment when... the feeling when... really? That's funny. She attends the school, right? What? Of course she does. So you've seen her today? Well, yeah. You didn't tell her about me. Hello, social drama. I missed you. Not. How can I word this delicately? Or better yet, avoid it completely? You should probably be getting back to your job. Yeah. I have my eye on you, Yama. Do you really think I can't tell when you're lying? I believe in my ability to run away. Always the same, I see. I made a mental note to harass you about it later. Until then, Yama. Alright, she floats back to her booth, greeting any curious glances with an effortless smile. A model. Her job is modeling. Wow. Somehow I find that a little underwhelming. I almost expected her to be involved in something drastic, like the Secret Service, or the film industry, or even the Olympics. Or even murder! I don't know. But modeling, where you pose and change and smile for hours on hours? Adventurous, stubborn Mickey? It doesn't seem to fit her. It doesn't seem to fit her indeed. Maybe it's just a front. Oh my god, look at me just like suspecting everything now. Whatever, I guess it's none of my business anyway. It's time to see Miss Ryota. Okay. So let's spill our guts. Let's spill our feelings to him. This time he opens the door as soon as I knock. I must have caught him at a good time. Welcome, Mishimoto. We've been expecting you. He cackles maniacally and taps his fingertips together. You should have turned in your chair while stroking a cat. I know, right? Bah, everyone's a critic. Would you have rather been left standing outside in the cold? Outside? I'd be in the hallway. You seem awfully eager to prove your mentor wrong, boy. Well, whether I prove it or not, it's still wrong, right? Yes, but that would never fly in a court of law, you see. Imagine it. I declare the defendant guilty because, from a metaphysical standpoint, it is true, even if we have no epistemological link of knowing so. Oh my god. I just lost you. Yeah, I get that a lot. Go ahead and take a seat. We've got more important things to discuss, no? Hesitantly, I slide into the nearest couch. I've always seen Mr. Ryota as an intelligent man, even if laid back, but I've never actually, well, not understood him. I wonder how much brain mass he's hiding behind that cheery facade. So, the new transfer student, Misaki Kazehaya. I hope you don't mind. I did a little lookup on her. Yes. You can do that? Yes, I can. Well, there's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential databases. I'm pretty sure that there is. Nope. I may be faculty, but I'm not a teacher. It's only stated that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes. Something feels wrong about this. What did you find out? Yeah. Well, if I tell you, then that's a solid breach of confidentiality. I don't want to go to jail yet. The food's too good. The food's too good here. Mr. Ryota, I really worry about you sometimes. And this is me talking. So instead, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter, Yama. How did you two meet? And you mentioned that she left? Yeah. Time to unravel my origin story, I guess. I close my eyes, letting the ever-constant hum of the air conditioner calm my nerves. Then I start talking. It's practically subconscious. My mouth dutifully repeats the train of thought running through my mind. Everything is calm, clear, slow. Therapy, something that I've gotten used to over the years. So I easily turn my brain to the topic of interest. Misaki Kazehaya. I'd met her when I was young. Not too young, a baby still forming thought patterns and ideas about the world, but young enough to be highly impressionable. Okay. It had been on a day when I thought nothing could make me smile. Not the vibrant lanterns strewn between the roofs of multicolored booths, not the festive rhythm of the taiko drums urging on the parade of light-bearing dancers, not the stands in which a variety of nutritionally questionable foods were being served. Not even Ruri who dragged me out of the house despite my best efforts to stay miserable. It was only around an hour into the festival, but I was ready to go. When Ruri went to the bathroom, I seriously considered ditching her and going back to my room. Apparently I was scowling deeply at that. I didn't know it until a passing girl suddenly stopped in front of me. Annoying girl. Does your face always look like that? To say the least, that didn't help my foul mood. I glared up at her. She was pretty. Well, that was the first thought in my head, that instinctive spark of appreciation when a guy sees a pretty girl, no matter how much he wants to feel otherwise. Her hair was braided back in an elegant half updo, light ebony curls framing her porcelain face, big eyes, long lashes, pointed chin, the kind of traditional beauty you might see in a kimono commercial. Of course, the first spark of interest is immediately overridden by indignance that only an 8-year-old boy could feel. What are you looking at? Don't look so grumpy. You should be celebrating. She didn't know anything, of course, not until a few months later. Festivals are stupid. They're not. Why? There isn't even a reason to celebrate. The girl's face twisted into something resembling anger. It looked strange on her face, like a guinea pig attempting to seem menacing. You don't even know what the festival's about, do you? Well, of course I didn't, but I wasn't about to admit that. Of course I do. Oh yeah? What's it about? Yeah. Well, you make lanterns. Uh-huh, and? I fisted my hands at her condescending tone. You write wishes on them and stuff. Yeah. Wrong. I am not. Yeah, you are. You don't write wishes. You write what you want to tell dead people. Ridiculous, I should have said. But why would I even want to talk to dead people? But I didn't mock it. I couldn't mock it. Dead people? Yep, I can write a message to Auntie on this lantern, and she'd see it. How do you know that? Haven't you heard the story? No, I hadn't. But my 8-year-old pride prevented me from saying that, of course. Thankfully, the girl took my silence as confusion. Well, once upon a time, there was a princess. Was she pretty? Yeah. Good at singing? Yeah. Boring. It is not boring. The indignant anger on her face made me snicker, the first time I'd smile all day. Yeah? Well, what happened? Does she get into trouble and a charming prince has to save her? Just listen. Look, she's actually a big meanie. A mean princess. That wasn't a fairy tale staple. Oh? Yep, but her bodyguard was in love with her and turned her good again. Of course. I felt disappointed. The story had a promising start. Bleh, what did he do? Cast a spell? Give a true love's kiss? He died. Oh? Oh. Don't look so happy. That time I broke into a tiny laugh. But it made her good again, right? Well, yeah, she didn't trust anyone before. Thought they were all fake and stuff. It seemed that she was glaring at me at that point of the story, but before I could open my mouth, she was already continuing. Anyway, the bodyguard sacrificed himself to save her life, so the heavens were super duper impressed and put him in the stars. Aren't stars really, really hot? That sounds like a bad thing. Childish indignation flickered across her face. They made him into a constellation, you poop. Blah. Blah times infinity. Blah times infinity plus. Anyway, the princess realized how beautiful love really is. Because he died? She saw how much he loved her, so she decided to be a better person and trust people again. This has nothing to do with writing messages to the dead on lanterns. I was rapidly losing interest. Let me guess, she lived happily ever after. Well, no, the bodyguard died, remember? I like this bodyguard. She glared at me, but somehow it felt less severe than before. She wrote her promise on a lantern and sent it up to the sky. And sent it up to the sky so he could see, 'cause he was a constellation, remember? Now I realize that I could have said a lot of things. That's stupid, he's dead, what could he do about it? But that wasn't on my mind at the time. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die? I think? You think, or you know. If they did something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess. I smiled at that. My eyes scoured the street and landed on a simple booth. A handful of other kids were gathered around a short portable table, scrawling on lanterns with calligraphy pens clamped in fisted hands. Let's go. But I already made a lantern. Write to another dead person then. With this overwhelming display of tact and political correctness, I raced towards the table, snatched the lantern from a smiling adult, and plopped down with my pen at the ready. Who are you writing to? None of your beeswax. I began to scrawl characters on my lantern. The girl hovered over my shoulder, squinting judiciously at my jagged brushstrokes. Why is your handwriting so messy? It's not messy. I can't even read it. I whipped around, narrowing my eyes accusingly at her own lantern. Well, yours... I searched for a fault, but not only was her lantern graced with perfect calligraphy, it also proudly bore a few elegant cherry blossoms. Well, yours looks girly. She raised a single eyebrow. It was a remarkably sophisticated expression for a 9-year-old girl to make. I am a girl. And there was nothing much to say to that. Yama, where have you been? It was as if Ruri had materialized out of thin air. I hadn't even noticed the rapid pitter-patter of her footsteps. Sorry, Ruri. Geez, could have told me. You were in the bathroom. Humph. Clearly displeased, Ruri turned her back on me, but smiled at the other girl. Thanks for taking care of him. Surprisingly, the girl smiled back, easy as you please. Well, weren't they getting along just fine? Why did they have to give me such a hard time? Maybe it was a girl thing. I'm Ruri. I'm Misaki. You gonna make a lantern? Yep. How'd you make those flowers? They're really pretty. I can show you. And just like that, the two of them were friends. It took a little longer to warm me up, but whatever the two of them set their minds to, they accomplished. Okay. They had always been that way, so fiery, so capable, so lovely, two playful angels who, for some reason unfathomable to mankind, saw fit to hang around a bucket of depressing sludge like me. So why do you think that about yourself? Mr. Ryoto's voice seemed to come from far in the distance, faint but recognizable. I respond distractedly. You know me, I'm not useful or popular or particularly intelligent. Silence follows the statement, so I only continue. Okay. Our families were close. Misaki's father would always throw these get-together at their house over the weekends or during special occasions. I remember him being really overwhelming at first. He was a lot like Misaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Misaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Besides that, I really don't remember much about her. At first, we were inseparable, Misaki and us, but then her father had lost his job, and we started seeing less of her. And eventually they just left, no warning whatsoever. Even our parents tried to get in contact, no luck. It had been as if the Kazehayas had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been a really hard blow. Ruri says that it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed. It all passed in a haze. Essentially, I felt abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave me. I don't think I could even cry. I only felt empty inside. But Ruri says that it really was a terrible time. She says that I didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't even play any games with her. She says that I looked like a ghost. Heck, practically became one. And I don't remember it, but she says that one day... Oh, shit. Yama, what's wrong? Oh, nope. Sorry, that's it. Sob story over. Oh, are you sure? You do realize that the entire point of therapy is to share your sob stories? Yeah. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you out. I feel tired. I think I'll have to stop here. It's mainly an excuse and a very effective one for the therapist. Mr. Ryota immediately nods in understanding. Thanks for confiding in me. Yeah, just know that what you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry you had that trauma. It's fine. I got over it. I'd like to go now if that's okay. If you're sure. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm okay. Sure you don't want a lollipop? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? Then I actually look at it. 1 bucket of ice cream to be eaten guilt-free. Aw, it's cute. Oh. As far as the administration knows, this is totally legitimate treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups in the food pyramid, you know. He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Mr. Ryota, and thanks for listening. Anytime. Ah, you're such a Mr. Ryota. I exit Mr. Ryota's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. Oh, that's great. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy really will be beneficial. Yeah, for sure. Deciding to take his prescription to heart, I head straight to the downtown shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful, cloudless skies, the slightest hint of a cool breeze. You? What? Oh, who the hell are you? A girl careens from around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she tips her newsboy cap over her forehead. I was gonna say a cowboy hat, like yeehaw, howdy partner, like fuck. Yeah, as she tips her newsboy cap over her forehead, studying me with an intensity that could rival an electronic microscope. Me? Yeah, it's all I can manage to say at the eccentric sight. Yes, you, an idyllic, unlettered civilian. Perfect. A hint of a satisfied smile tugs at her lips. For what must be the 100th time that day, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. Respond to my questions with either yes or no, okay? Do not deviate, do not invent, and for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming you are an academy student? You must have the wrong person. I've never seen you before. How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria I have set in my approach? I am not mistaken. You are my target. It doesn't take a genius to sense that this girl means trouble. I decide to conveniently ignore her and step around her. Are you trying to swindle me? Is that it? She only steps with me, blocking my path again. Oh great, I can sense where this is going. I can't talk. Envisaged. Subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize basic cognitive functions. Yeah. Talk about uncalled for, abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loose. Maybe I should call the hospital, see if they have a runaway mental patient. Oh my god, but she's not wearing hospital clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but... Kid? The pleasantly cool air suddenly develops a rather harsh chill. She must be in one of those phases, just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother, albeit a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up on some random stranger and insult them. True, your idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I had previously surmised. Oh my god. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my face. Shigure Inamoto, freelance detective. Oh, what? Legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind bat. What? And you shall know that I am 26 years of age. Oh my god. Oh, well, I can really talk. Like, I just stopped aging when I was 16. Wait. What? You're 26? Yes, I get that a lot too. Unless you presume to imply that you are deaf as well as dumb, I suggest. You're so short. hey now. You're treading a very dangerous line. I practically feel ice crystals forming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than short of cerebral matter, as seems to be your tendency. Ooh, clap back. Ouch, not a bad blow. But wait, if you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I have to go to the police station, do I get excused absence from class? I see no need to reverse your expectations that you will be taking the unexcused absences as they are. Consider it an inevitability similar to your clinical depression. You deduce that I have clinical depression! What? That stops me. What? How could she possibly? What would even make her think something like that? You might as well carry a sign. Oh my god. From your uniform, you are a student at the academy. From the fact that you are wearing it, you attended school this morning. From your presence in town rather than in class, you are, as I believe they call it, playing hooky. From that prescription slip, you are enrolled in the recently developed therapy method that the academy has been boasting. From your fairly normal physicality and social skills, your problem is most likely clinical depression or something like high-functioning autism. Oh, wow! Okay, I get it, you're a detective. And you're impressed, but pretending not to be. Shit, she's got me. She's good. It is pretty impressive. The observations themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find, which of course kind of just makes her even more annoying. I relaxed a little, oddly relieved that she hadn't actually secretly researched me. Now it is your turn. My turn. Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation? I invite you to give your brain some much-needed exercise. That gets close to firing me up. Close. Sorry, but I have my therapist's instructions to follow. Unless you have any actual business with me, I'd appreciate it if you left me alone. I step around her again. This time she doesn't move. But just as I think I'm home free, I hear a soft whisper drifting from behind me. Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? What? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Turn around slowly. Tell me how you know that right now. Right? Whoa. I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations. Fine, she wants to play it that way, let her play it that way. Time to focus. I'll start with... Oh, her clothes, her body language, the circumstances. Her body language, I guess, right? Usually that's the giveaway, right? Oh my god, I need to save. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna start with her body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls, who let it lie more on one side of their hip than the other. Even weight on both feet almost sounds like a fighting stance formal posture. I have no idea. Oh my god, I can't deduce shit. Formal posture? Formal posture. A fighting stance. Oh my god. She seems relaxed, but with that bright-eyed look of someone expecting danger around every corner. That kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was into sports, or maybe in self-defense at one point, for a while from the looks of it. I'd like to guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay then, maybe I should think about this a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasize emoting on a huge scale, roaring in victory, bawling in defeat, the works. Not only that, but limbs are trained more for gross motor skills than fine motor skills. On the contrary, Shigure has very tight control over her hands, almost to the point where she seems stiff, which likely points to something high control like ballet or archery, or a more subtle martial art like Wing Chun. Well, that still didn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on. I've noticed that when Shigure moves, she primarily tends to use her right hand, left hand. Oh, this is her right hand, right? This is her right hand. Right. Her right, my left, right? Her left hand is generally stagnant while her right often takes the most action, adjusting her glasses or tapping against her hip. Probably safe to assume that she's right-handed. So she used to be involved in a high-controlled form of physical exercise, and she's right-handed. Is that all I can get from her body language? Well, she doesn't wear any noticeable makeup, she dresses like a kid, and she wears glasses instead of contacts, just calling more attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute, when I put it that way, it almost sounds like she has a mental disability, wants to be underestimated. Wants to be underestimated? She doesn't. I don't think she has a mental disability. No, I don't think so. Even though she pretends to be indignant about being mistaken for a kid, it looks like that's her intent. Even though she's a freelance detective, she doesn't wear she doesn't wear her badge anywhere or carry a gun or anything really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. I can't say I personally agree, but hey, she's a 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. Yeah, her clothes, the circumstances. The circumstances. Why here, why now, why me? These are all the questions I need to address. A detective approached me and bombarded me with questions, but I see no other policeman. Is she doing this just because she's bored? No, she was specifically looking for an academy student, or for some reason. I'm coming up short in this area. I'll have to think about this later. Okay, clothes then. Unlike the standards professional wear I might expect of a law enforcement agent, she's dressed comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. They also haven't been ironed in a while, which means she either doesn't care or she's a workaholic, probably a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims king, conscious or unconscious association to her egotism? I don't know. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she's dressed so casually and expect people to take her seriously. With her height and her clothes, is it any wonder that she's often mistaken for a kid? And one more thing bothers me. She wears comfortable looking clothes, which I previously assumed were for efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals in high heels is a stupid idea. And yet something stands out. Glasses and hoodie, hat and jeans. I think hats and jeans? Right, hats are a pain to run with because unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, or just generally be obnoxious. Then the jeans are too tight to opt for flexibility. Running in those would either be uncomfortable or very, very embarrassing. Which implies that she dresses how she wants to? Definitely a headstrong individual. A very headstrong individual. If she doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with her job, then is she purposely choosing it to aggravate others, to announce her individualism? It would match with her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and as I suspect, from how she's shamelessly pulling me aside for no reason, guided more by her heart than her head despite her intellect. Not bad. Next I should think about... I take a step back to look at the full picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. I can't actually use any of this. Time to think a little deeper. Is there anything that can help me? Anything at all? Something I've missed? Whoa, okay. Enomoto speaking. Yes. If you cannot resolve such an appallingly simple task by your own means, I shall consider your intellect no different than that of a headless chicken's. Good day. Okay. Why am I psychoanalyzing right now? Now, you may want to hasten your efforts before the ground upon us, which we stand, becomes our gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. Okay. I say this distractedly primarily because I noticed she has a flip phone. Ancient technology by today's standards. Buttons, 2-inch screen, primitive camera, the works. Not just that, but it's a terrible looking flip phone. The kind of decor that you'd see on prepubescent phones. Rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scrawl from a Sharpie that was too faded into the metal for me to read. It's completely unlike her. Which means that it's a wealth of information. While on call, she so graciously turned the phone in my direction, allowing me to catch a glance of her wallpaper. Shock. It was a picture, at least a few years old, of a guy hugging her. Double shock. She was proudly showing off a ring. Now, not a cheap, cutesy colored ring like the couple bands of a new relationship in its second week. A legitimate diamond ring. Wow, an engagement ring. But she's not wearing the ring anymore. Even looking at her hands at this moment, I can't even tell that she'd ever worn one. Which means that she once had a fiancé, and he broke up with her, and he did it. And he did it. He did what? He did it recently? A long time ago. A long time ago, I would say. Ah, of course. If the engagement had ended recently, I'd see a tan around her finger or maybe an indent. Instead, there's nothing. Which means that the fiancé called off the engagement a while ago. She obviously didn't call it off, not if she's keeping that picture on her phone. In fact, maybe they broke it off amicably if she hasn't deleted it yet. Either that or she's a stalker. Alright, that's much more like it. I think I'm ready. I square my shoulders and look her in the eye. Sorry about the wedding. Ah, ha ha, hello? What wedding? Is she serious? How can I possibly word this delicately? Yours, the one that your fiance called off a few years ago. Did he? Didn't he? Unless she does have a wedding ring and she just doesn't wear it? I don't know. Is it in your pocket or something? You might seek to articulate yourself better. Is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? If your fiance didn't call off the wedding, then... Wait. No, there's one more possibility, and since she's in law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. I immediately shut up as the realization dawns on me. He's dead. Yeah. I see you have realized. Yes, he never called off the wedding, because he died. I suddenly feel very, very callous. I'm sorry. Yeah. Silence, say nothing that you do not mean. Unless you are manipulating others to extract information, as that is an occupational hazard. Right. Even as she continues on, I mentally hit myself for my error. Okay. I shall admit, civilian, that you have done adequately. Oh, thank you. Is that supposed to affect my choices? Oh my god. Train your senses consistently, and you might become moderately useful in the future. Thanks, really, I'm overwhelmed. But I ask of you this. What is the meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student and asks a string of seemingly unrelated questions of him? She suspects him of a crime, she is testing him, she has a crush on him. I'm assuming you suspect me of a crime. I mean, considering the fact that we actually had a little sneak peek at the beginning. Clearly you think I'm up to no good. Right? To think I expected better of you. What? Even if, hypothetically, I were to suspect you, what sense would there be in revealing my identity as a detective? Oh, that's actually a good point, yeah. Then is there another reason? She's testing him, has a crush on him. Are you testing me? You're testing my intelligence for some reason. Or you're actually a marketing intern trying to conduct some bizarre survey. I wouldn't know. Shigure fixes me with an unfathomable stare. An unfathomable stare. The only sign of emotion on her face are her eyebrows, which are almost raised to her hairline. What is your name? Sorry? Your name. This has nothing to do with the case, but if I protest, she'll probably smack me with more verbal abuse. Yama Ishimoto. Aha. What is she thinking of? Her derision is preferable to her silence. Yeah. I postulate that you possess anonymity of a free time. Yes, I do. What is your assessment regarding coadjutant métier? What? Coadjutant métier? Who even uses those kinds of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant? Servant, not assistant. Oh my god. Putting me and the job in the same sentence is never a good idea. I barely have enough diligence to hand out stuff in class when I'm called by the teacher. Oh my gosh. How much worse would my punishment be if I worked with a woman, this crazy, not detention, I assume. And yet, examining pieces of a puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story, it was fun. Yeah. Logic, ingenuity, resourcefulness. And almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubly interesting. Sure, why not? Yeah. I mean, you seem to enjoy it. Good. I will require your contact information, then be off. I take a moment to process this. That's it? Wait, how did you know? You know what? You told me earlier about her. A tense moment ticks by as Shigure stares evenly at me. Pure conjecture. What? You can't be serious. You did not appear to notice that my wording was intentionally vague. What? But you said... Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? Oh, classic bait for confirmation bias. Appeal to a person's general desire for significance, allude to just one person for some added resonance. All she would have to guess is the gender. 50% chance of striking a chord in her victim. She probably guessed a girl from my personality. I'm not exactly the type to easily befriend guys. A bait. Just a bait. I see you understand. Whoa! You okay, girl. You got skills. She pushes the phone into my motionless hand. I have registered my cellular number. Tomorrow you will receive a text regarding your next assignment. Keep your evenings free. With that, she simply tips her hat, whirls around and strides off, tips her fedora at me. What the fuck? That's actually a bait? Was it really just a bait? I don't know. Or is that also a bait? A lie to make me feel better, even though she actually knows. Duh, I don't know, girl. Oh my god. Okay, so let me see where I am for time. I want to see if I can end this day off and start the next episode on a new day, but let's see where I am first. Okay, let's go up to the point where he's going to bed and that's it, okay? Let's go. Let's do that. So 2 mini mind games. Clearly I'm not cut out for this. I know, me too. Wait, what did I just accept? Yeah, was she serious? Am I actually her errand boy? What did I just get myself into? Who is it? Did you seriously follow me home? Huh? Why would we do that? Oh, we already know where you live, man. Oh, it's my friends. Hey, I know those voices. Yeah. Thankfully, it's not Shigure at the door, it's Masato and Yahiko, who are currently the proud bearers of 2 giant plastic bags stamped with the GFC logo. Huh, I wasn't expecting them. Although technically speaking, it was polite of them to knock, even though they knew my key code. Sup man? Sup mate? A delivery has arrived. I didn't order anything. Yahiko only points at my phone. Oh, wow, what's this? Whoa, what is this? Whoa, that's so oh my god. Whoa. That's so cool. This is so cool. Text message. Oh my god. I don't know. Would you go to the moon without AC? Is summer hot on the moon? Oh, they also said I couldn't breathe. That's okay. I can hold my breath super long. We're coming to your place. Okay. Wow, look at all my text messages. Holy crap. This is so cool. Wow. Oh my god. Technically, I should apologize for being so unresponsive, but all I can feel is incredulity. Incredulity. 33 messages? Seriously? Yahiko only shrugs. You weren't responding. What's a thoughtful, selfless person to do? Not invade my house without warning, probably. I gave you plenty of warning. It doesn't count if I don't see it. You're blind? Classic Yahiko, might as well have some fun. What, you didn't know? You mean all this time you've been running blind? Well, not exactly. I have an antenna growing out of my feet so I can tell where I'm going. Whoa, is your mom a spider or something? Spiders don't even have antenna growing out of their feet. She has a mutant gene. So your whole family like that? All y'all aliens? Y'all are aliens? They really need to work on their gullibility. No, I had a sister. Had? She flew away. So she had a bird gene. Oh, this conversation is rapidly steering into a deep end. I decide to change the topic. Are you guys gonna come in, or are you gonna just stand there? Yeah, we coming in. Yeah, you can't eat chicken alone. Yes. That should have sounded cheesy, but I can't stop myself from grinning as they march into the house, slip off their shoes, and throw themselves on the sofa. Alright. Oh, that's how I look like! We finally get to see how we look like now. Masato pulls several large containers out of the GFC bags and uncaps them. The heavenly aroma of fried chicken drifts through my apartment. Let's see, we got ourselves classic drumsticks, then spicy wings, and potatoes and corn for sides. He raises an eyebrow at me. I fervently shake my head. No more contest. I reach further into the bag and threateningly shake a packet of hot sauce. Surprisingly, Masato's face pales. Okay. He begins to gingerly bite into his chicken as if it'll explode at any moment. Yahiko reaches for the original drumstick, looking strangely thoughtful. It feels unsettling. A quiet Yahiko is a dangerous Yahiko. So, career day. Yahiko's eyes turn to me and he smiles easily. Masato looks up from his chicken. Did you get info on modeling? I don't make it a habit to get details on Yahiko's activities, but I shouldn't be poor company either, or they might leave. Surprisingly, Yahiko only stares blankly at me. Modeling? Is he really dumb enough to forget his own dream? Modeling? Oh, that modeling. Yeah, I went and talked with that company. The cloud one? What was it called? You mean Lotus. Oh, yeah, Lotus. Lotus is a type of flower, not a type of cloud. They said they'd keep in contact. They did? Yeah, well, of course, as if anyone could reject this perfect body. I want to gag, but honestly, it's not like Yahiko's overweight, nor is he deathly skinny. He actually takes pretty good care of himself. He might actually be an honest to goodness model. I repress a shudder and quickly switch to Masato. What'd you do? Masato sits up a bit straighter, his eyes blazing with passion. Looked into studying in America. Oh wow, wait, what? What? They had a booth for it. Princeton, Yale, Harvard, all them big uns. Big uns. An Ivy League. Not only does Masato want to study in America, he wants to attend an Ivy League? Dang, girl! Well, honestly, I suppose it's not that unattainable. Despite all our outer appearances, Masato actually has the highest grade in our year, save for Elizabeth. He studies like crazy, runs like crazy, and is also disciplined in his health regimen, besides his diet. He just does everything with gusto. In fact, sometimes I wonder why we're still friends. Usually people who try overly hard annoy me. Like Elizabeth. Well, he's humble about it, you know? But Masato, maybe it's because he's clueless 99% of the time, but I can't find it in me to be annoyed by him. So, an Ivy League. Ain't that right? I'm gonna smoke everyone else. I thought you were going for the Olympics or something. Hell nah, ain't my thing. Wait, really? It does make me curious. Why would he be so passionate about track if he wasn't planning on pursuing it as a career? I guess it'll definitely help him get into an Ivy League. Yeah. Alright, huh? What? Yahiko is peering into the GFC buckets, which are suddenly empty. It's all gone. Yeah, you guys, except one. Slowly, dramatically, he reaches into the bucket and raises a single chicken leg into the air. Oh, thanks, man. He sticks out his hands expectantly, but Masato only shakes his head, a dangerous gleam in his eye. You gotta fight to win in life, man. He reverently hoists the chicken leg upward, like a certain baboon did in a certain like a certain baboon did to a certain lion cub in a certain copyrighted movie. We gotta play a game for it. How about a little something from my childhood? Yahiko's face twitches in trepidation. I don't know, dude. You pansing out on me? Of course not. Good, here's how it's gonna work. The game is called Survivor's Arena. What the fuck? Rules? They ain't none. Except don't kill one. Don't kill no one, unless you wanna go to jail. Okay. At times like these, I really have to wonder just what was Masato's childhood like. The goal is this here piece of chicken. Yes, we gotta fight fair, so we gotta stand equidistant from the chicken. It's still strange to hear him say things like equidistant, even if he is technically a model student. Me here, you there, Yama there. Wait, what? Whoa, leave me out of this. I'm fine without the chicken. It ain't about no destination, man. It's about the journey. That actually kind of makes sense. Regardless, I'm not so crazy about fried chicken that I'll fight over it. I'll pass. You're ditching me? Yeah, ain't no competition without a proper enemy. You have Yahiko. I can't waste against Masato alone. And he ain't been my arch rival for eight reincarnations. 8 what? Do I even want to know? I let out an exaggerated sigh and pull myself up. Fine, why not? Awesome, you ready? No. Masato tenderly places the chicken leg inside the bucket. His actions seem more appropriate for placing an innocent child into his crib and not the meat of an animal who we're about to fight over like starving cavemen. Yes. He then measures the proper distance so that he is also equidistant from the chicken. Masato is nothing if not fair about his contest. Once all of these procedures are properly taken care of, he bends his knees and leans close to the ground as if the chicken leg has transformed into a golden trophy. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, you gotta trash my dining room. Start! Okay. The room explodes into action as he soars toward the chicken, hand outstretched. Alright. Yahiko shoves him aside. They tumble to the ground, rolling over and over like a pair of tumbleweeds. Well, that was easy. I reach towards the chicken. But Masato yanks at my ankle. Hey, get back here! I crash towards the ground, barely catching myself before my chin slams against the tile floor. Ow! Couldn't we have played a different childhood game, like hopscotch? Ha! Hopscotch for babies. Taking advantage of Masato's distraction, Yahiko squirms out of his grasp and claws his way to the chicken. You guys! Before I realize what I'm doing, my hand shoots out and I've gripped him around his waist. Masato sees his opportunity and releases me, dashing towards the chicken. My chicken! And in uncanny synchronization, Yahiko and I leap to our feet and tackle him to the ground. His hands lurch forward to catch himself, but our combined weight is too much. He face crashes against the tile with a sickening crunch. Guys! Uh-oh. I instantly step off and kick Yahiko in the side. He rolls off of Masato. You okay, dude? Masato manages to pull himself up, but a thin trail of blood is trickling from his nose. Ugh. He inches toward me. Yama. He can't be dying. He's Masato. It'd have to be way more than a simple fall on the kitchen floor to get rid of him. But then again, it's a common method of death in books. One high-impact blow to the nose and it's lights out forever. Could it be true? Come closer. Masato squirms across the floor, drips of blood smearing on his shirt. What is it? What? Ha! Oh, got the chicken. Aw, what? He triumphantly raises the offending piece of poultry in the air, waggling it in front of my face. Oldest trick in the book, bait and switch. Oh my god. Then he clamps a hand on his nose, a queasy look crossing his face. Ugh, but none ain't feeling no good, yeah. Yahiko silently hands him a fistful of napkins, which Masato gratefully accepts. We should probably get back to the dorm. Yeah, door was done in realness, yes. He staggers to his feet. Yahiko's hand is gripping his arm to help him balance. What alternate universe is this? Masato injured, leaning against Yahiko, who seems legitimately in concern. Oh, wow. I watch my mouth slightly agape as Yahiko supports the limping Masato out the door. Did he twist his ankle too? See you tomorrow, dude. He gives a cheery wave and shuts the door behind him. I'm left cleaning up the mess they left behind. Masato didn't end up taking his prize, so I decided to chew the chicken leg. Nothing like the fats and carcinogens to get me through the night. I know. With the leg is all but gnawed through, I toss it in the bucket and kick my feet on the edge of the sofa, closing my eyes. The apartment falls into a peaceful silence. I enjoy it, really, I do. The empty space, the room for my thoughts, the gentle weight of my own presence, and nothing more. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't appreciate their company. Masato might constantly be dragging me into competitions, and Yahiko might constantly be telling me things I couldn't care less about, but they're good guys. They spice life up, make it fun, turn it from a B chick flick to an A-rated film. More than anything, they're constant. I've technically only known them for 1 or 2 years, but it's felt much longer than that. They've always been around to chill out, study, liven it up, anything really. Even Masato, with his terrifyingly crazy schedule. They're good people, even if a little odd. Okay, now I really have to get something done. Something at least minorly productive. Study, Governbecker. I should study. But anyways, I'm going to save it here, you guys. It seems like lots has happened. I never really realized that we're going to get company this way. So we're going to leave it here, you guys. And more crazy stuff has happened in our school. Nothing yet in terms of like the murder that we witnessed in the very beginnings of the game yet. That hasn't come to light just yet. We met new people, met some old friends, and then yeah, this is getting kind of interesting. So far, I've liked the characters that we've met so far. So yes. And we've found a little bit more about ourselves, our origin story, sort of, kind of, like halfway through it. It didn't really touch upon like our like little depressive like episode yet. So yeah, we're gonna find out more, I'm pretty sure, in the next episode. But for now, I hope you enjoy this game, and I'll see you in the next episode. So bye.